come alive. Jacob's Toys and SuperSorrell thrive. With action figures from every age. Join us now, turn the page. From the big screen to the small. It's Geek Week, the podcast of the year. Join the fun with laughter and cheer. Toys collecting and tales from the past. Tune in now, the good times will last.
We dive into movies that make us dream, with memories like a childhood theme. TV shows that caught our eyes, let's collect the moments and rise.
Like, share, subscribe, don't miss out. It's Geek Week, the podcast of the year. Join the fun with laughter and cheer. Toys collecting and tales from the past. Tune in now, the good times will last.
Like, share, subscribe, don't miss out.
I love it. I love that intro. It's so much fun. So much fun.
It is.
Hello. This is October 20th. It's episode 174 of Geek Week with me, Jacob's Toys, and of course, wonderful one and only newly haircutted SuperSorrell.
No, mate. I've had an upgrade now. I bought a new action figure today. Have you not seen what I've bought today? I bought Roman Reigns.
What?
So therefore, YouTube, acknowledge me.
It's the Roman Reigns Turtles figure.
It is, mate. He's Roman Reigns as Shredder, and he looks fucking awesome in this costume.
That is wicked.
And you can get the Cody Rhodes as well with the mask and stuff. Or I forgot his name now, but yeah, the other guy from Turtles. Yeah, Jones. Yeah. But as soon as I saw the Roman in that costume, very Samoan inspired Shredder.
That's wicked.
It is mint in it. 20 quid from Smiths. They're exclusive to Smiths.
Nice.
The Turtles ones are a bit naff, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a fan of those.
Oh yeah.
That's like it's Rey Mysterio, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Seth Rollins. So not the best picks, but it's it's all about Roman and the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, that is wicked. That is wicked.
With WWE coming to a Netflix, by the way, I feel that this is definitely a slippery slope.
Yep.
I feel like I'm going to have a wrestling ring by the end of the year.
Yep, 100%. It's episode 174. The chat's popping off. See lots of people commenting and chatting away in the chat before we went live. I've got to apologise to Shelley and Andy because they both commented before the show, and I replied to them, but then I realised that I replied on my YouTube channel and not on yours where they were chatting. So there's me. I was like, okay, they're not replying. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Of course, we did advertise that we had Mr. Ryan Speaks Geek with us this week, so hopefully it won't be too long and he might join us. But just very quickly, new intro. Everyone's giving the new intro love in the chat. Beth said, I did listen to the new intro last week after live about 4 times. I think we might have to upload it as like just as a standalone video because it is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. There we go. Just a couple of quick shout outs in the chat to people. We've got Bethany Beth, Andy Roberts, Joby One's there. Starting with Click, Shelley is there as well. We have got, I saw some more. Joshy Boy Toys is there as well. Dave Nipples is in the chat as well. There we go. Where's the others? I'll get to him. But I've got somebody. I can see somebody waiting in the wings. So let's see who this is. I'm not quite sure who it said. It just said the gatekeeper has entered the chat.
Hello, geeks. For weeks now, you have done reviews, and now I want to play a game. It's me, by the way. Just in case you didn't know, it's me.
The background gave it away, Ryan. The background gave it away.
Always on
Yeah.
brand.
How you dressed as Freddy Krueger?
No, just this is what I go to work in.
Oh, Ryan, I've missed you.
Ryan,
This is just my normal jumper. What are you talking about?
welcome back. Welcome to the Geek Week, my friend.
What's up, bitches?
It's good. It's good that you joined us this week because this is the last show that I'm going to be doing from these surroundings. As from next week, I'm going to be in my
is it
new,
finally
all singing,
new
all
the
dancing.
new domain?
Yeah, been busy kind of putting it together. I'm just kind of, I've now got to kind of pack everything up. But yeah, we're all good. We're all good. How's things with you? How's things with you?
All good. I've just come back from Shocktoberfest in Crawley,
Ooh.
Nice.
which was very awesome. All the scare mazes are particularly on point. Genuinely did crap myself a couple of times. Bless you.
Excuse me.
Bless you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Smash that like for Jake sneezing. Boo, boo, boo. Yeah, it was really awesome. Good to do a Halloween event.
What is Oktoberfest? What is it?
So it's Shocktoberfest. It's scare mazes. So it's a big thing. It started off with just a haunted hayride, and it grew and grew, and now it's this big thing you go to in Crawley, and they have all these different themed mazes. So a bit like when you and I used to work Cursed, similar thing, back in the day. But it's a big one. It's really worth checking out. It's on for, like, bless you, the whole month of October. It's weirdly good. So
That's
you know,
cool.
I'm just gonna put the normal light on. We don't need this dramatic stuff anymore.
Well, Ryan, you know you've got your Blockbusters hat.
Yes.
Well, I see you and I raise you a Smith's hat.
Oh, you've just doomed them. They're going to go out of business now. You've made it a thing to wear. Mate, that's that is one hat I don't have. I will give you that. Of all the hats I have, that is not one.
And it says on it, "Hey, let's play."
Now it seems like something out of Chucky, but yeah.
No, now I feel like Blippy. I feel like Blippy wearing this thing.
I'm sneezing all over the place. It's not even hay fever.
Do you know, guys, I've got to say, this is your Halloween episode, right?
It is.
So, in the spirit of Saw and wanting to play a game, I actually have done a little quiz for you guys.
Ooh.
So, I've got 10 questions, and you know, if you're watching at home, feel free to play along.
Okay.
But
okay,
remember,
we like it. We like it.
Ask your parents before making any calls. It is £2 a minute, so just keep that in mind. Question 1: how many films in the Hellraiser franchise?
Oh Christ!
No, that's not a
6.
number.
6.
11.
5.
Damn!
What?
Christ!
11.
You got to get on that straight to DVD market, my friend.
Ask me how many of them I've seen.
11 Hellraisers.
Yes, and I have seen all of them.
I've seen 0.
11.
I've never
guys,
seen
that's all we've
Hellraiser.
got time for. Thank you very much, mate. They're of questionable quality. Don't get me wrong, but there are 11. I mean, if you really want to shock, go and have a Google about how many Children of the Corn films there are.
That's ridiculous.
Children of the Corn, the college years, Children of the Corn, back to university.
Don't say college years. As soon as you say that, I just start hearing that. I'm standing at the edge of tomorrow.
Children of the Corn, Dave goes to the supermarket. Question 2. In what film did Jason's first wear his iconic hockey mask?
4.
2.
What are you going for, Jake? 3.
Was it 3?
Friday 13th.
I thought he was still the Baghead in 3.
Baghead was 2. Pamela Voorhees was 1. Hockey mask 3.
It was 3.
Wow. Good thing I came along. Question 3. How many people survive in The Thing?
1.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have taken a
Zero.
guess, and it still would have been
0.
2.
Ooh.
Although I will
I'm so
actually
close.
allow,
Because one
I
of
will
them's a
actually
dog.
allow Jacob. I will allow Jacob a slight, maybe a point on this one because you don't know whether it is which one of the two people might be the thing still.
Oh, see, I
And
always
there's a whole thing.
thought that one of them was the thing, and so there's one survivor and the thing. That's how I always.
I will. Do you know what? Just for the sake of someone getting a point at some point, I will allow Jake to have that point. Question 4. There are 10 questions, by the way. So you got a chance. What is this quote from? We all float down here.
It.
Pennywise, Chucky, it's even. It.
I mean, Ash just went for like 4 franchises in one answer, but like,
It.
correct. You both get a point.
We all float down here.
I should have done it in Winnie the Pooh's voice, really, shouldn't I? Done?
So
Next
is
question.
It 2-1
It's
now.
2 to you, 1 to Ash.
Okay.
Next question. How many killers are there in Scream 3?
1.
4.
Ash is right. It is 1 killer in Scream 3. It is the director who turns out to be Sidney Prescott's long lost brother. We are now tied. Yeah, Joe is going to murder you for that.
Yeah.
Casper the Friendly Ghost, the film, is part of which universe, technically?
Ghostbusters.
You both get a point. Who are you going to call? Someone else. This is going to be a technical one, right? So, The Exorcist. The famous music from The Exorcist. What is the piece of music called?
No idea. No, can't even take
I
a
don't
stab at that
know.
one.
No idea.
Tubular Bells by
Oh,
Mike
easy.
Oldfield.
Yeah.
It's going really, really well, guys. Really well.
Yeah. I was not prepared for a quiz. I did not do my.
Well, I wasn't going to send you homework.
No, fair play. Fair play.
We're up for another quote one now. No, you mustn't read from the book.
The Mummy.
He gets it first because he got it first. So yeah, Ash wins that one.
Okay.
No, you must not read from the book.
Are you talking about
Beautifully
the
done,
Brendan Fraser Mummy
Yeah, the Brendan Fraser Mummy.
horror film?
It is.
It's
Universal
Halloween
Monsters.
films. Sorry, you questioned the Mummy, but you did Casper.
No, but Casper's a ghost. No, Casper's a family film. I'm writing to the authorities about this.
Well, I'm pretty like this with the authorities on this quiz, and I've got a feeling my pedigree chum, it's not going to go your way.
Okay, all right, fair
So,
enough.
Ash has jumped into the lead. So here we go. Which took more at the box office, Blair Witch Project or Paranormal Activity?
Paranormal Activity.
Paranormal Activity.
Would you be shocked to know that you're both wrong? It is actually Blair Witch Project with $250 million.
Wow.
Whereas Paranormal Activity finished at $194.2 million.
Oh, so quite a big difference.
Now, the final question. This is Jake's turn to tie, and I do have a tiebreaker. This is Geek Week related as well, by the way, this one.
Ooh.
In my tenure on the Geek Week in Review, which Halloween related film did you both give me so much shit for not having seen?
Hocus Pocus.
Focus.
Yeah, Hocus Pocus. You both got it right, but it is, and I have seen it now, and you know, it was a film. Things happened. There was a bit too much Bette Midler and Sarah Jessica Parker for me, but you know, what can you do? They got to work. We've all got to work, you know. So that means the winner of the quiz, and the person who survives, SuperSorrell.
Just for giggles, let's have a tiebreaker as well, because you've put the effort into putting it. Yeah, come on. You put the effort into putting it together.
Who can tell me how many times you have to say Candyman in the mirror?
3.
Jake, quite that quicker.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Jake
one.
stumbles. Jake stumbles and gets an extra 5-minute screen time before he dies for that. Whereas Ash survives the whole movie.
That's cool.
Final
That's cool.
girl, second to last girl.
That's cool.
Thanks for playing, guys. And we'll be back next Halloween with another quiz where these guys don't get most of the answers.
Speaking of Halloween stuff, have you guys been watching Agatha?
Yes.
Ryan, you need to get on it.
It's amazing.
Look, I don't work for you no more, right, honey? Like, I'll do what I want to do in my own time.
It's a horror.
Yeah, do you know what? I do. I know it's horror related, but I have been watching something Halloween related every single day of October, as I do, and the flat's all decorated. The problem with that is I just still feel a bit marbled out. I'm not ready to go back yet. Still need time.
Fair play.
Deadpool and Wolverine, seeing it 3 times in a row, that kept me going for a while. And I think Agatha all along is one that I would actually quite like to binge in one go.
Yeah. It's
to be fair, it feels like it's a movie that they cut up into bits, because like the adverts are at really weird points, aren't there, in it? Yeah. It doesn't feel like it has a natural breaking off point at any point. It's like, it feels like it was a movie that was too long, so they cut it up into like 6 equal parts.
I'll tell you what, without giving too much away, without giving any spoilers or anything, what I'm really enjoying about it is the kind of the 90s stroke kind of early 2000s version of the like witches, like The Craft and things like that. It feels very much like that. It's kind of cool witches again, if that makes sense. Which is really good.
Which is really good. Very good.
Yeah. Speaking of horror, do you know what film I got this week on DVD? And I haven't watched it yet, but I need to get around to it. Nice. Mousetrap.
I've not seen Mousetrap.
What is that?
That's the new Steamboat Willie Mickey horror. Cool? Yeah, Mousetrap. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
If I can get it to focus. There you
go. Goofy, I'm going to wear your skin as a hat.
There's an extra on the DVD where you can watch the Mickey Mouse guy fight it out with Winnie the Pooh. You know, Dave.
No way.
Yeah. They fight it out on the DVD extras, and it's amazing. It's a great 3 minutes.
It's a real.
Winnie the Pooh, you gonna come here, be a bear in a mouse house? Oh, I'll try, and I'll kick your ass 7 ways of Sunday.
You know, like proper looks like Mickey Mouse.
Yep. They're allowed to. It's in public domain now.
Wow.
As long as they don't call him Mickey Mouse, it's fine. They can call him Steamboat Willie because that's the original cartoon. He wasn't called Mickey Mouse till later on. It was Mortimer Mouse originally.
Does that mean we're going to get the bunny?
You know, sorry?
We're going to get the bunny. What's his name? Oh,
bunny.
Do you know what's wrong with Oswald?
Oswald
the Lucky Rabbit. I hope they do. That would be amazing. Oswald versus Steamboat Willie.
Yeah.
You would have thought that that would have gone to public domain first, though. Did it not?
It already has done. Yeah. Oswald's already in public domain.
But they just haven't bothered with that. They've just kind of.
It's because it's not as famous as Mickey, is it? Obviously, Mickey and Winnie the Pooh, they're characters that everyone remembers. Oswald's kind of a bit of a deep cut. Unless you're a Disney nerd or a cartoon lover, you're not really going to know Oswald.
Yeah.
But we are getting. Was it Peter Pan?
Peter Pan, yeah.
Bambi.
Yeah, the Booniverse. The Pooniverse.
The Booniverse.
How are they going to make a horror film out of Bambi? Like, I just.
Bambi's revenge.
Like this, right? Peter Pan, I totally get. Like that would be quite a creepy film. They could make a good horror out of that. Pinocchio is gonna give me sleepless nights. Like if they make a decent horror out of that, happy days. But Bambi, like how can you make like it's only gonna kind of be like a zombie version of Bambi or some kind of rabid version of a deer that goes on a murder spree. Like it's Bambi. You can't make a horror film out of Bambi.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've just sent you guys on the Geek Week Facebook Messenger chat a picture of what I think Bambi's going to look like in the film. I don't know if you guys can get that on the screen just to show the audience. There we go. Dwayne the Rock Johnson is Bambi.
That's
This
actually
time
quite a fun
he
trailer.
kills your family.
That is actually quite a funny trailer. While we got you on, Ryan, did you catch any of New York Comic Con?
Yes, I did indeed.
Impressed? Oh.
No. Yes and no. There was some cool stuff, but this is the problem we've got nowadays. It's a bit like festivals. You know how there used to be like 3 or 4 really good festivals where all the groups, like bands, were, and like you would have to pick which one. Now there's like 50 festivals, and each one has like 2 or 3 good bands. There are now so many different events across the year that the reveals are always smaller, fewer across more events, and it sort of takes the fanfare out of it a little bit, because now we're getting like, it's like, oh, it's going to be at 1027, it's going to be at New York Comic Con, it's going to be at the Toy Expo, it's going to be at Hasbro Pulse Con, it's going to be this, everything's got, it's just too much, like most things. But the stuff they revealed I thought was pretty cool. I was surprised by the Sentinel. For a second I genuinely thought they were just going to redo the HasLab in different colors, and I thought that was going to be a bold move.
Don't get me started on the Sentinel.
Why? Because you've ordered to.
Do you really want to poke that bear? No, I think it's an absolute joke. I really do. I think it's I'll say it, right. I'm really pleased for everybody that can get a Sentinel, but there's a couple of things about this that don't make sense to me. So the price point for one is £85, $175.
$175.
The exchange rate already straight away is kicking people off, because it's like £40 more to get it in the UK. But they're talking about taxes and import charges and all that kind of stuff. So the exchange rate I never really look at. It is what it is price-wise. But it's a high price point. And what doesn't make sense to me is that they already made it smaller than the HasLab. But if they'd made it a little bit shorter, then they could have brought the price down a little bit and made it a bit more affordable. Because at £185, nobody's going to be army building that. Nobody's going to be buying there'll be a few people that will buy 5 or 6 of them or whatever, but it'll be very few and far between. And I don't know. I wasn't a big fan at all. I really liked my HasLab version, but I wasn't a big fan at all. And I think the thing that really got under my skin, and it only came to me this week while I was watching X-Men 97, because I was rewatching it. It's not even to scale. It's not to scale to the Sentinels in the show. Because if you remember, there's that really kick-ass scene where Beast is in the middle of it, riding it, using it, and that's not to scale. Not to mention that we haven't got an X-Men 97 Beast yet, but that's besides the point. But yeah, it just really frustrated me. Really, really frustrated me. I'm really happy for everybody that wanted to get a Sentinel that didn't get to get a HasLab, but I don't know. I just think that it could have been done better. It's a HasLab without a HasLab. Does that make sense? And I don't know. I love the iconic look. I love the animated look, but I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. It just looks too much like a big kid's toy.
Interesting you say about HasLab. Before we talk about the inevitable, who you're going to call one. I always had that theory that the Boba Fett throne room. I am. Damn straight I am. The Boba Fett's throne room, I always said it seemed like a HasLab that wasn't a HasLab.
Yeah.
When I was at PulseCon UK, the press event thing they did.
Yeah.
They had it set up with all the other HasLabs, and I said, was this meant to be a HasLab? And basically the guy just started smiling. He goes, well, I can't confirm or deny that. That's, yeah. And then he walked off. So I was like, so basically it was meant to be a HasLab, and then they decided against it.
Well, the Marvel team this year have not done a HasLab. So instead, they've done the straight to pre-order Dragon Man, which is the deluxe, and now the straight to pre-order Sentinel. So they've done 2 big figures, but as a straight up pre-order. And I just think that, I don't know, I'm disappointed, because they obviously failed with their last one with the Hell Charger. And then the year following that, they didn't do a HasLab, and instead they just did 2 big figures, which, has pros and cons. It's great because anyone that wants it can just buy it. But I don't know.
I thought last year's one was Ant-Man.
Giant Man. Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, the year before. The year before was Hell Charger, wasn't it? But yeah, it's just I don't know. I just I don't know.
Wait,
and I'm a fan of the
let me-
big figure, but you know, I don't know. It didn't float my boat. Didn't float
And
my
the
boat.
Ghostbusters HasLab, just since while you're on the ranting roll, like while Indy is running away from this boulder, let's carry it on. What was your thoughts on the the Plasma series Ecto 1 / Ghostbusters 2 Ecto 1?
I'm gonna back it. I'm gonna back it. I want one.
Is this like a
right?
Captain America thing? He's completely right. He's out of line, but he's completely right.
Yeah. You know what? I'm really, really annoyed that they didn't do a firehouse. That's really, really annoyed me because they've released the Ecto 1 in 3 3/4 inch. They've got the figures up. They're coming out in December, so a couple of months now. And I was really excited for the idea of a 3 3/4 inch firehouse to just have a real universe within a whole cabinet. I could have had the car, the firehouse, and just the kid in me was just kind of reminiscing those kind of days where it was kind of like, haven't been able to get it all, and the idea of unlockable tiers being like the toilet ghost and all this kind of stuff. And then they announced the 6-inch Ecto 1 or Ecto 1 and Ecto 2, depending on which one you back. And it really annoyed me. I got really angry. I then looked at it. I looked at it again, and I've got all the 6-inch Ghostbuster figures because that was my preferred line. 3 3/4 inch wasn't my preferred line. And so there's a massive part of me that kind of goes, you know what? Do I just sack off the 3 3/4 inch idea and just get the vehicle to go with the 6-inch figures that I've already got? And plus, I could get the Ghostbuster 2 figures as well. So it was a win-win. But it's got its flaws. There are inaccuracies in it, and there are elements of it that annoy me because it's kind of like I would love to have both on display, but there's no way I'm backing 2. And so am I going to choose a Ghostbusters 2 Ecto, or am I going to choose a Ghostbusters 1 Ecto? So it's kind of
How
how I
reversible is it?
Well, that's the thing. They've not really explained. They've said it comes with sticker sheets and stuff like that, but I kind of get the impression that it's kind of like a one-way ticket, because how do you sell 2 of them? You give them 2 options. Do you know what I mean? They're not. I think from a business point of view, they're not going to kind of go buy 1 and get 2. They're going to go buy 2 and get 2. But yeah, it's lovely, and I just think I've already got the Ramen Racer because the HasLab didn't fund. I've got the Robbie Reyes car, so to have that bumper to bumper with the Ecto 1 would look pretty sweet. So I'm going to keep my eye on it, and I think I might back it. But
what about you, Ash? Are you going to back it?
What, the HasLab? No, I don't back HasLab.
No,
It's currently on 4,989 backers, though, out of 12,000, so it's not doing bad.
Mate, if they put it in a blind bag, you'd back it.
Exactly, mate. It's got to be a blind bag.
If you didn't know which Ecto you were getting in a blind bag, Ash would be like, yeah, I'm going to get a case of those. Yeah.
massive bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just kind of think to myself, I personally haven't backed any of that Ghostbusters HasLabs, and the Proton Pack, the PKE, like all those kind of things. They look incredible, and I'm really, 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 really hoping that they're going to have the Ecto 1 on show at MCM, because they have previously at MCM. They brought the HasLabs over and they've been on display, and I'm going to kind of wait to see it in person, because every time I've seen the previous HasLabs, it's been after it's closed. So I've kind of seen it and kind of gone, wow, they do actually look really good. So I'm really hoping they've got it on display, because if they have, I think I might be swayed. But I am really disappointed it wasn't a firehouse. That's me. But it's just kind of solidified my 3 3/4 inch is not the way to go mentality, because I was like,
I'm just going to get the Playmobil Firehouse and use that for my 3 3/4 inch, because I use that for half my Star Wars stuff.
It does look good. It would work. It would work.
I was watching the panel live, and I just couldn't get over the fact that they started the panel with the thing saying that the production for the G.I. Joe lines are going to be completely delayed next year. half of the team that were there didn't know anything about Transformers or GI Joe, so don't ask any questions. And it just felt very disjointed at the beginning. It was like, that's a bit hard, and they were just rattling through them. But
And don't ask these three guys because these guys work for Mattel. They're just filling out the seats.
Well, everyone was saying, oh, it's because it's not an official panel. It's only at a Comic-Con. But they filmed it, and they put that out as a premiere thing tonight on Hasbro's YouTube channel. But it's like 3 days too late now. Everybody watch like Toy Shiz's video, or I think there was a couple of guys there like Caster's Corner and people like that were all filming it.
But with that said, though, did you get the email, the press release as well?
Nope. I did not get a single email all weekend.
I got a press release yesterday, like a full 24 hours after the whole thing had gone, and I just thought, you know what? I've already posted about what I want to post about and talked about what I want to talk about. Like, thanks very much for sending this, but anything in this is kind of now out of date because everyone has shared it everywhere, and me putting it out isn't going to make any difference. Like, the people that were there in the room have been the ones that we were watching and other people are watching. But it is weird this year because obviously at New York Comic Con they didn't have like an official panel, as you said, and they also didn't have an official booth, did they? They were part of the pot. Was it
piggybacking other people's? Yeah.
And at MCM they haven't got a panel, but they have got a booth. So it's kind of like, whereas last year they had panels, they had booths, they had all that kind of stuff going on at both New York and MCM. And I think it's interesting that both of these are Reed Pop events as well. So I don't know whether that's anything to do with it. But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting, like last year at MCM, they did like a whole reveal panel and they showed loads of stuff that they were giving away, that they were bringing out. So I'm not expecting loads to be kind of revealed. All I'm hoping for is to see the Ecto one in person at MCM. That's all I'm hoping for from Hasbro.
Well, as you know, I've not collected a single Star Wars Black Series in nearly 2 years. I don't think I've touched a single Star Wars item in almost a year. But then they revealed Goonies / Stranger Things in space. And they revealed there's a big, like, blue elephanty thing creature. And I was like, ooh, I like that. But then they revealed what I'm now referring to as Pirate Captain Daddy, Brutus himself, right? The werewolf in space that I will be referring to as Daddy for the rest of the program. And I need him. Yeah, I need him in my collection. He looks rugged. He looks awesome. He looks handsome. He's got several flintlock-style blaster pistols in space. Have
we seen him yet in the trailers or anything?
I don't think so. I don't remember seeing. I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'd have been all over that on the Geek Week. I think we'd have been mentioning like there's a werewolf in space.
Yeah,
he literally straight up in a werewolf.
There is a press release picture. It's the same one, but everyone was so focused on Urkel being in Star Wars that they seem to have ignored everything else in the picture.
My biggest question that came straight away was that is he actually a werewolf, or is that his kind of alien? Because if he is a werewolf and he's in space, surely there's always a moon. So it's like, how does that work?
I don't think he's actually a werewolf. I think he's a type of new alien species.
No, he's like Lax Sivrik from Mos Eisley Cantina in A New Hope. He's a Chevestalarian, I think it's called. But yeah, there's been loads. There was even a really cool pilot in the Rogue Squadron books as well. There we go. Thanks, Joby. I could not pronounce it, but yeah, a Shistavarian.
Aren't they the ones that don't eat fish? Are they? I made myself laugh.
My favorite thing was during the panel I was watching. I was on Toy Shiz's channel, and you could clearly tell who the like Disney fans were amongst them, because as soon as that blue alien creature came on the screen, everyone was saying who put Hooter in the lineup. Hooter was a character from the Captain EO film. It was a little blue elephant. Sorry, yeah, you ruined Ryan with that one.
It's just that killed me. That I do think I just had this image of like the Emperor being in like the Death Star cantina. Like, oh, look at this menu! Look, now we got to cater for the pescatarians and the Chevistavarians as well. I'm just gonna cheeseburger when I go on my own Death Star. Hell, guys!
I am well excited for Skeleton Crew though. I think it looks weird. Yeah, as a big Goonies fan and a big Star Wars fan as well, I bring the two together. I think that could be quite cool.
The creator of the program said he was heavily inspired by Stranger Things, Goonies, Hook, and E.T. Those were his 4 influences for this film, for this TV series.
Rufio, Space Rufio.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, where's the Space Rufio?
No, but it just looks cool. You know what I like as well, and this is going to sound really kind of old, but I like the fact that they're catering for the younger audience, because the younger audience will watch this and be able to see themselves in characters more than obviously 40-year-old men.
But I can't wait for those 40-year-old men to start shouting, because I don't know, one of the female characters does something important, and then that's offensive to Star Wars. But so I can't wait for that to be like a big thing.
One of the female characters in it that we saw at the Comic-Con is basically Geordie LaForge. Did you see the visor?
Yeah. Which,
that's straight Star Trek, isn't it?
I always used to take my sister's hairbands and just put them across my face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a science man.
Joby One said, I think this show is going to be a sleeper hit. I think that's a good shout, actually. I don't think it's going to come out of the gate like firing, but I think it's going to be one that's going to kind of like similar to Rogue One. Rogue One was similar to that, wasn't it? It didn't kind of blow up immediately, but then people appreciated it more and more over time.
As long as they just let it settle for a while, rather than going, oh, not everyone on the planet watched it in the first week, cancel it, it's a disaster. Like, because I don't know if you noticed, but streaming services like Netflix is like, this hasn't done like super well in like the first 5 seconds, so we're going to cancel it. Like, it's everyone, all the streamers seem to do it. Like, it's weird. It's
like the streaming services have only just discovered the internet. Oh, somebody said something bad about it. Cancel, stop it. Like, halt all production. No, that's the internet. People say mean things. Like, just carry on. Like,
here's an interesting thing for you about the Acolyte. So on a lot of the Star Wars, like the vintage collection groups, they do this thing called Last Figure Standing, which is basically it starts with everyone puts every character they want made in the vintage collection. And it just gets whittled down. So in the top, I don't know whether at the moment, but at the time when I checked, it was the top 8. The Stranger was right up there on the top polls. So out of the hundreds and hundreds of characters, one from this show that apparently no one likes is right at the very top of the most in-demand figure polls.
I've said this before. I'll say it again. I think the Stranger was a really cool design. I think there was a lot of potential there, and it could have opened up for a wicked storylines. Joby One again saying, remember when shows are pretty bad for the first 2 or 3 seasons, or when you look back and you kind of like look at something like Lost or Heroes or whatever, and you kind of go, oh yeah, it's a great show, but series 3 is rubbish. Like, don't watch series 3. Do you know what I mean? Like, but it carried on. Yeah. So yeah, you don't get that nowadays.
I mean, Hannah Montana, you've got to wait till at least series 3.
Yeah. That's when you really get the best of both worlds.
It really is.
I'm here all week. One thing that's interesting. So we're talking about cancellations, and obviously it's a horror theme thing. Chucky season 3 being the final season. What the hell is that about?
Yeah.
The thing is, the viewing figures were really strong. It was 98% approved on Rotten Tomatoes at review. It's so highly reviewed. Season 3's done really well, and so that's good, but they've just cancelled it. But it makes no sense whatsoever. No one can actually understand what the logic behind cancelling is, because it wasn't even like it was too expensive for the channel to make, I think, considering other things they make. But it just makes zero sense. Very confusing.
What if it's actually that this is just a giant marketing ploy so that they can make a load of shorts of Chucky going, cancel, you can't cancel me. And there's a whole season called Chucky Uncancelled, or you know what I mean? For me, it seems because Chucky's a very meta character. He's very much like Deadpool. He can get away with it. So I think there's going to be something somewhere where they're bringing him back somehow on television.
I wondered if they were actually cancelling it because they've realised how popular it is. Now they want to make it into the next, instead of a season, they want to do a film.
Essentially.
Like carrying on the story, but as a film. Like they've gone right, we'll cancel the TV. We'll bring it to the big screen because we haven't had a big screen hit for a while. Boom. Yeah. That's the only thing I could potentially think as a reason for.
Unless it were I was thinking maybe it was something like US Network doesn't want to pay out what the creators want for it. You know what I mean? It could be that they're trying to offer it too less 3rd season. It's not, they might want to offer a little bit less to get it on air. So there might be just pandering with the other networks at the minute.
Or the latest favorite thing is it's a tax write-off.
Yeah.
Speaking of TV shows, though, American Horror Stories is back on Disney Plus.
Oh, I've not watched that yet.
I really like the
neither.
American Horror Stories because it's the standalone episodes, isn't it? And
Yeah.
there's another 5 or 6 episodes. They look good though. They really do. I started watching one, and then my wife woke up and she hates horror, and she was like, "Turn this off." So it's okay. It's fine. It's not. It's on Disney. I'm sure there's an animated character somewhere. Like, just stick with it, all right? But no.
And then you said, "Fine, don't worry. I just got this DVD of the new Mickey Mouse movie we can watch instead."
Yeah, look at this. This is good. And speaking of movies as well, this Friday we have Venom 3 coming out. Made all the more important because this Friday is my birthday. So yeah, coming out on my birthday. But we've got Null, haven't we? And the creator of the movie has said that Sony is looking at doing more Null themed stuff going forward. So
the bartender that was in the MCU from the last Venom movie is also in this one. Do you know that? He's back.
Yeah, I hope they kind of give some explanation as to how he's back and forth and all the rest of it, and whether it's I'm hoping there's some deeper explanation there.
And yeah, Vulture, just anything. I'll take a newspaper article that floats on the screen for just some kind of context by now.
Yeah, like, just something. But
bloke who's not Batman turns up or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
What if, like in the comic books, you get Morbius sort of siding with Null as like the post credits?
Oh,
because they work together in a lot of the comics.
So.
Yeah. There we go. Shelley's just said Friday must be Jacob Day, as it's my nephew's birthday too, and he's called Jacob. Another Jacob.
Are you Shelley's nephew?
I am Shelley. Are you my aunt? What?
Auntie Shelley, it's you.
You look my long lost Auntie Shelley. Yes, no, that's cool. Happy birthday to Jacob on Friday. That sounds really weird to say.
So self-indulgent, Jake. Honestly.
I know.
And while I'm on it, Ryan, have a great day at work tomorrow.
Excited for... I am really excited for Venom. I'm not going to lie, because I don't know if you've noticed, but they also haven't put any information out about Spider-Man 4 yet. We know it's happening. Nope. We know Tom Holland's involved, and everything's very much like, oh yeah, we just need to see how we work it in and all the rest of it. And I think there's going to be a big tie-in here to symbiotes and black suits and all that kind of stuff, because obviously we've got Secret Wars coming up, and that's where the black suit debuted in the comic books and stuff. So I think we're going to get some kind of tie-in finally. Hopefully. That's my hope. But I'm very excited. But I'm not going to see it on Friday because I'm actually going to cinema to watch Transformers 1 with my youngest son. So
nice. Such a good film.
It's amazing, isn't it? Like,
absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it's such a good film. Obviously I took my elder son to the pre whatever it was back in June, when I saw it then. But yeah, my youngest wants to see it, and I'm like, yeah, I'll go and see that again. It's amazing.
Did you pick up on the Key and Peele reference?
Which bit?
So the bit where Bumblebee, because he's voiced by
Egan.
Yeah. So the robots he's called like Steve, and one of them's called Aatron, which is his substitute teacher character. You know when he can't say the names right, and he calls him Aaron. Aaron, where you at? Timothy and stuff like that. That was his in joke. That's why it's called Aatron.
Oh,
Aatron.
But as a Transformers fan, you enjoyed it, didn't you?
I thought it was phenomenal. I thought it was the best Transformers film we've had for a while. My top Transformers films now are Transformers 86, will always be number one.
Actually,
Transformers 1, then Transformers Bumblebee, then the first Transformers film back in the day, and then the others are also there. So like that's my block now. But I thought Transformers 1 was just phenomenal. It was detailed. I thought it was both family friendly and fan friendly, which is not an easy balance to do.
No.
But the only thing scary about it though was how good it was.
And what
I was hoping credits were going to roll as I said that, but it didn't work.
The big question, right? The big question. Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime.
Yeah, did a great job. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
He starts off as a Ryan Pax, and then by the end of the film, he gets a bit more Peter Cullen-y, which is good. But I think it was right not to use Peter Cullen because, especially this is an origin story, but also without sounding really mean, Peter Cullen isn't going to be around forever. And like, whilst that is an iconic voice, I think maybe the newer, younger generation could do with a new Optimus Prime voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But speaking of voices and that though, James Earl Jones obviously gave his rights to, I can't remember the exact terminology of it.
Yeah.
But the distribution rights.
Voice digitally.
Yeah. So, you know, with the things of AI and stuff, we're going to have Vader's voice for forever. Like, you're never going to get a new Vader. But,
well, I don't know. Just because they got it doesn't mean they're going to use it.
Oh, they will.
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to be devil's advocate, you know.
No, they will. That's the way of like, yeah, that's staying as Darth Vader's voice.
It's probably weeks ago, but I don't know if you guys already spoke about it. But since it is a horror episode, and I am going to have to chip off in a minute, Alien Romulus. Did you guys see it?
No, not yet.
Oh my god!
I waited. I thought I'd wait for home
I
release.
get all this crap for not watching Agatha all along, and then like, you know,
Focus and
yeah, all right. I got around to it eventually, like 30 years later.
Have you watched the Guyver yet? Have you watched the Guyver yet?
It's good.
Have you watched the Guyver yet? No. Right, there we go.
Oh my god, he's gonna kill me.
That film's been out since the 90s, right? There's no excuse.
I know, and I've got it on DVD. That was what makes it worse.
The whole film's on YouTube. You can watch it. I sent Sorrell the link. I was like, "There's no excuse now. Here's the film. It's on YouTube.
I've got
There's
the
not even any ads
DVD.
in it." So, no, I do want to watch Romulus. It's on Sky Premiere now as well. You can get it on in your home and stuff. It was one of them ones that I just didn't. I'm really excited for it, and I've heard really, really good things for it about it. But it's just it kind of came and went, and I missed the opportunity. But I'm excited for another Alien. It's exciting to know that
it was a scary one.
Yeah.
It actually made me genuinely jump a few times in the cinema. Like, and there's not loads that does that, but that actually really did make me go like, "Oh, Alien's scary again, damn it."
I've neglected my cinema sort of stuff at the minute because I've been too busy with my skibbity toilet.
I messaged Ash when that came out. I was like, and he was like pretending he wasn't going to get it, and I said, "You know, you're going to end up getting it." And
one more time for good measure. I am going to find a way of getting my head 3D printed so that one day I can do a shot and it'll be my head that pops out. Right? I'm just telling you.
Could you not
toilet.
Could you not take that head off though and put some kind of horror character on it?
Yeah, you could do anything. It'll just pop off. It's just literally on a. It's just on a thingy. You just pull it off.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's
mate. I'm going to be honest with you. My daughter knows what this is, but I've got no idea. But it flushes and everything.
You know, what was that film? Not Critters. There was it Ghouls or Ghoulies or something?
Ghoulies, yeah.
They came out of the toilet, didn't they? There you go. You want to get a ghoulie? Yeah.
And on that very odd sentence.
They've had haircut.
Yeah, that's why I did it too, Shelley. I do have to go, but guys, it has been really lovely to see you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, everyone at home.
Thanks for doing the quiz, Brian. We appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for stopping by, Rob.
Yeah, I'm Ron Burgundy. Thanks for stopping by, Geek Week in Review. And then it signs off in credits. Anyway, see you later, guys.
See you, Ryan.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, bless him. Quick pop quiz for everybody in the chat. And the answer has been given already in the show. But if you stuck around last week to watch the end credits, what is the sound clip from?
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Sound clip in the end credits. What's it from? Yeah. Okay. So I've had my
Mate,
rant about HasLab. I just
before we
try and poke the bear, so I've said it now.
before we move on, do you
Go on.
know there's a new line of merchandise that's hitting B&M stores, mate?
Is there?
And yeah, mate, it's going to be popular, and it's going to defy gravity and fly off them shelves.
Is it?
It is. We got Glinda's wand. You know the Noble collection that made the Harry Potter's wands?
Yeah, I've seen that somewhere. Where did I see
Some-
it?
My video, probably. But I did a video on this weekend, and yeah, they've got all the Wicked merch now in B&M's. So I picked up Glinda's wand.
That's a really bizarre place for it to go first.
Yeah, Smiths haven't got any. Smiths have got the dolls, but that's literally it. All the wands, and like this is by Noble collection, so these are like the adult collectors ones. So you get the wands, the big bubble wand as well. You can get the hat, and it sings Defying Gravity. And there's so much more. There's so much merch out. And M&S today, M&S had all the Christmas ornaments, dresses, and because like my daughter was like in her element this morning.
Wow. That is
So
impressive.
yeah, I started share because I know it's like a new thing that's coming out. Everyone's quite excited for it because obviously it's Wicked. It's got a massive following.
Yeah. Do you know what I picked up this week?
What you got?
The Toys Battalion. I think it's called officially Albino Ranger or something. Essentially, it's like the White Ranger. It's like the 1/6 scale White Ranger. It's called something like that. Lightning Collector. Our friend Lightning Collector has got. I think he's got all of them, but he's got a lot of the. Well, he's got loads of Power Ranger merch, but he's got a lot of the 1/6 scale figures. And I saw him on his channel, and I was like, yeah, I've got to have some 1/6 scale Power Rangers in my collection. So I'm looking forward to setting that up. But I'm going to wait till I'm in my new room.
Nice. Are you gonna try and get the rest of the Rangers, or is it going to be like a Tommy centric focus? Like maybe get the green one if they do a green one, or
well,
are you going to
Toys Battalion doesn't do a green one, but they do. The red, blue, and black are all out, and the yellow's out now as well, and the pink is on pre-order. So it's one of them things. I'm like, you know what? There's 6 of them, so although it's kind of they're more expensive, there is only 6. It's not like I'm going to go into the other territories, or Toy Battalion might not even touch the other territories. But they've kind of got a movie. I sent you a picture, didn't I? But they've kind of got like a movie-esque look to them. They've kind of got the armor padding and stuff. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get them all. But I don't know. Maybe if I see any at MCM, maybe I'll grab one. But if not, I'll probably end up buying them all. So. But there are a couple of Power Rangers going to be at MCM, which is quite exciting.
Yeah, is it David Yost? Is it the usual 2? Is it David Yost and I can never remember his name?
No, it's not. It's Alicia and Zach.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Excuse me. So I've been digging out my Power Ranger comics, and I'm thinking, am I going to get them signed, or am I gonna keep them? Because I got some of the foil covers, you know, where they're just holding the helmets.
Oh yeah.
They're really nice comics, and I'm kind of like, I got them out. And I was like, I don't really want a squiggle on the front of that, so I don't think I'm going to take them ones. But I've got a nice black plain cover. You know when they do the blank covers?
Yeah,
I've got a nice black one that literally just says Power Rangers at the top, and it's a plain cover. So I think I'm gonna take that and maybe get them to squiggle on that, and then try to get them all on it. Bethany Beth said, but will they be unboxed? Yes, they'll be unboxed. The only figures that I haven't unboxed are the Jada Toys Street Fighters. And the reason I haven't unboxed them, you can all put this in your diaries, because the only reason I haven't unboxed them is because I didn't want to set up a Street Fighter display here. In my new room, I've got a whole dedicated shelf to it because I've changed I'm getting rid of the detolfs. I hate detolfs now. I'm kind of over them. So they're going, and I've got a dedicated bit that I'm going to have Street Fighter for. So I decided to leave these boxed until I was there. And this is my last Geek Week in this room. So over the coming weeks, I will be unboxing these, and I'll probably just do them all in one hit. I don't know. But yeah, excuses. It's not excuses, Bethany. They will be unboxed.
I got really excited the other day I was, I keep going to Toy Town buying these Funko sodas, and they're all on like ridiculous discount.
Yeah.
Well, I went in the other day, and they had Jay from Jay and Silent Bob.
Nice.
So I was like, oh, cool, but like you can't buy one without the other.
No.
But they didn't have Kevin Smith at the time. But my lovely wife went in the other day.
Oh,
And now we've got them both. We got Jay and Silent Bob.
amazing.
So I'm so happy to have both of them.
Yeah.
I want to get them signed. I want to get them sodas signed.
That'd be quite cool. That'd
That'd
be
be cool. I love Jay and Silent Bob. Yeah, they were at Liverpool Con.
Liverpool, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, Reed Pop has started sending good people over now.
Yeah, but with that said, the MCM lineup isn't that great.
No, it's crap. Say it's the big London Con of the year.
Really isn't that great. There's not anyone there that like is really. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Russo brothers are there, like, but they're not doing a. It's not a meet and greet. It's like a panel. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's not great. But speaking of conventions, we can kind of don't know why Shelley said.
What's
thanks.
the word you're looking for?
At Jacob, thanks. And whatever it is, Shelley, you're welcome. You are welcome. Yeah, but speaking of conventions, we have been talking about 2025, haven't we?
We have.
And we won't give too much details away, but we can say that there are going to be 7 conventions next year that we're going to be at together. 7 conventions. Yeah. 7 conventions. Oh, bless. Hang on. Shelley said thanks. She actually went.
Shelley's goes on multiple channels.
Onto the channel. Thank you very much, Shelley. I appreciate you doing that. Yeah, so there's 7 conventions next year in 2025, both north and south of the country, that me and Sorrell are busy putting the work in so that we can be at it together. Where we'll be able to kind of do Geek Week live and meet some of you and do bits and bobs. So we have started the work already, but 7 conventions, which is quite a lot.
Pretty cool.
It's quite a lot. So yeah. But there we go. Oh,
Yeah,
Shelley said, I've looked back at the outro music, no idea what it is. Lol. Yeah.
Game over, man.
Yeah, it's literally it's one of them ones. If you know it, you know it, and if you don't, you don't.
I didn't know it. To be fair, and I've seen Alien 1,000 times, but I didn't know it.
Gave it away, so.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's a sound clip from Aliens. So I ranted about HasLab and whatnot, but you didn't say anything. What was your thoughts on the Sentinel and the Ecto one?
I don't do HasLab, so I really have no real opinion on them because I was never going to buy them anyway. It's not my thing. I don't spend that kind of money on toys. I don't do it.
Sentinel isn't technically a HasLab though.
Yeah, but it's up there with them. It's kind of one of those ridiculously overpriced items that I don't think's worth the plastic money, and just doesn't have any home in my collection. So yeah, I'm not gonna get too wound up about it.
I think that now that I've kind of calmed down a little bit, the thing that gets me with the Sentinel is that it screen accurate. Apart from the size, it's a very nice looking Sentinel. It's definitely like an animated Sentinel that's larger than the figures and all the rest of it. But it just, when you compare it to the HasLab was like highly articulated, highly detailed, had lights and sounds and multiple interchangeable bits, like the tentacle bits for one that come out of the hands. And it came with extra figures and all the rest of it. So it was like a huge offering. Whereas this, I don't know, it just looks, it doesn't look expensive, if that makes sense. And
yeah, it's a very budget version of it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just looking at it, I just think that it could have been done for less. I think that's my problem, and I feel angry for the people that are like not excited for it, because I don't want to take that away from anyone, but just it should have cost less. But then yeah, there we go. Speaking of cost less and all the rest of it, I had a bit of a panic mode when I stepped into my office earlier, because do you remember all the hurricanes and that? Not the hurricanes.
Oh yeah.
One of my big figures fell down. The first time ever. It was this one. my like £1,200 Iron Man.
Oh,
He took a tumble. So it's the gantry, the whole gantry setup is there, and the case that I've got it in had fallen, and he had like, yeah, he's all right.
Oof.
He's okay. He's okay. So yeah, but see, I'm a fan of big figures. Like, look at the size of this. This is a big figure, but
that is huge.
it is massive. It is absolutely massive. I don't think I've got the batteries in it though, but yeah, it is massive. When you look at it, I mean, this is about the size of the Sentinel, to be fair. But
Yeah.
when you actually compare. This pretty much is the size of the Sentinel. But yeah, so I am a fan of big figures, but yeah, just not that one. Not that one. Bethany Beth said, I know someone that pre-ordered 6. Was it you, Bethany, or was it Shelley? A lot though. That's like nearly what? That's a lot of money. I'm trying to do some quick maths. What is it? 175, 185?
Yeah.
That is a lot of money. That's mad. Shelley's very quickly said, not me. And Bethany said, not me.
Crazy.
But yeah, no, it is a lot of money. Black Sky in the chat said, will you guys be checking out the new Dawn of Justice McFarlane figures?
I like McFarlane figures, but the Dawn of Justice, the whole DC universe thing did nothing for me. I'm not a big fan, so I won't be. But the Batman Forever figures, I might be grabbing those this week. I might have to get those.
Did you see the Batmobile as well?
Yeah, they've got some good stuff coming out, and they've got a lights and sounds Batmobile, and they're from Batman and Robin coming out as well.
Yeah,
looks very cool. No, speaking of DC,
yeah,
the new trailer for Creature Commandos came out.
Creature Commandos, yeah,
looks awesome. I'm so excited for that.
Hang on, mate.
This is the start of what looks to be James Gunn's sort of tenure, isn't it? This is his first outing.
Yeah.
He's going first with a cartoon.
Yeah.
But no, it looked decent. It's very bloody and gory. It's in keeping with the rest of sort of DC's cartoons. But I'm just loving the fact that we're touching on the monsters kind of stuff. We're getting the Bride in this one, and Frankenstein.
I am with you. Hang on, just talk. I need to just take this call very, very quickly.
Yep.
Talk about it. I'm listening, and I will be here. Okay.
Yeah, it's cool that we're getting, we're finally touching on Frankenstein, Bride, and stuff like that. It looks to be very, very awesome, and the violence in it is nuts. It looks absolutely awesome. But I'm excited to see where it goes, because obviously, if this is all meant to be part of James Gunn's new universe, and it's a cartoon, so I'm excited to see what happens with that. Whether the cartoons will ever cross over into live action, or is there going to be a cartoon element to his universe as well as live action? Or we're going to have like two, like, is anything going to like story wise tie over? You know what I mean? Like, I think it would be very cool if there's some like crossover sort of stuff. So like whatever happens in Creature Commandos has knock-on effects for Batman or Superman, or something in a film later down the line. But I'm not even averse to seeing those monsters in live action. I think that'd be awesome as well. Imagine getting that Bride character in live action. That'd be nuts. But no, I'm excited for the cartoon and seeing how good it is and seeing where they go with it. I'm loving the fact that it's still Viola Davis as well doing the voice.
It had a very Invincible feel to it as well. Which
it did, yeah. It looks very much like it. I was just saying, I love the fact that it's like Viola Davis as well as coming back to do the voice, because she's a perfect fit for Waller. She's a great version of that character.
Yeah. It just looked good. It looked gory. It looked like, it doesn't look overly scary. It's not going to be like a scary thing, is it? But
no.
I don't know. I think I think an animated, like DC has always done well with their animated shows. Like they've always been very good, haven't they? So I think that for James Gunn to kind of start off and the first outing be something of an animated nature, I think is a good bet. It's a good decision on his behalf.
Well, he also obviously with Guardians of the Galaxy, it was a he took a bunch of unknown characters and made them stars. Basically, he brought them to the forefront of Marvel.
Yeah.
Before that, people knew who the characters potentially were, like Rocket Raccoon, but you'd never probably knew his backstory or anything like that. So it's
No.
really cool to get those stories out there. And I think he's going to do the same thing with the Creature Commandos. I think it's the same sort of setup again, where he's got a bunch of unknown characters from the universe and kind of thrusting them forward.
I know you said about live action as well, but I think
I'm intrigued to see where it goes.
I think that this will be kept separate. I think
Yeah.
this is a way of kind of building it out. I think there'll be crossovers in the respect of like references and stuff, but I don't think that we'll get like a full crossover. I don't think you'll see these
But it'll be-
characters in live action. But then Weasel, is it Weasel?
Weasel's in live action before.
He was in live action in Suicide Squad both times.
Yeah.
So maybe.
But I was thinking maybe if they don't like come into live action, but like if there's consequences, like if something happens in this film, does it have consequences down the line for Harley Quinn, Joker, Batman, Robin? You know what I mean? That'd be cool to see like a cartoon causing problems for a live action sort of movie storyline.
Yeah.
That'd be decent.
I think that's a good shout. I think to have that element of crossover would be good. And to be able to, because I think that's something that initially Marvel weren't able to do, because obviously they had things like Netflix TV shows and that kind of stuff. There was so much going on. Like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. sort of started it off where there were things happening in the films that the TV show referenced, and then they kind of went their separate ways. And I think if you're going to build a universe, you've got to have that link across all of it. But I just think that having a monsters like and it seems to have that kind of James Gunn humor to it as well, which I think could be quite good. And Peacemaker as well. Peacemaker's being filmed. Is it just filming or is it just wrapped? But it's definitely all going on at the moment, isn't it? So I think we're going to be hit with a lot of positive DC stuff in the coming years, which I think could spell a bit of trouble for the MCU, if I'm totally honest, because the MCU hasn't been doing particularly well, and they've been met with a lot of criticism. And then DC have kind of got all these things lining up in the background to kind of all come in tandem. It could be, we could be sport for choice.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at the thing because obviously we've got Swamp Thing is being made as well, isn't it? That is a confirmed thing that DC are doing. I wonder if Swamp Thing will be an animated movie as well, and will tie in with Creature Commandos. Like that'll be the next step in the cartoon universe, maybe.
That would work quite well. Quite well. And they've obviously tried to make it live action not too long ago, didn't they? And
I was just thinking that style they've gone for with all the gore and the blood, and imagine that with a Swamp Thing sort of storyline. That'd be quite cool. But yeah, they're definitely going for the gods and monsters approach, which is great because obviously Superman's your first live action film coming out. And obviously we've got the monsters, the Creature Commandos. So it's cool how they're doing the off each other kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm excited for the new Superman though. I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited for it. I'm a big Superman fan, and thus far I've enjoyed every kind of live action version that we've had. So I'm not, I'm excited to see another version of Superman kind of on our screens. It's conflicting with me about James Gunn's style and Superman though.
Yeah,
I don't want it to just be a full of punchy one-liners. I want it to be quite a serious film.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I'm still working my way through Superman and Lois. Is that the TV show?
Yeah, the TV series Superman and Lois. I've not watched any of that yet.
I'm just kind of getting like TV Superman. We've had loads, haven't we? From Smallville to Lois and Clark. Like there was always Smallville went on for about 10 years, didn't it? It was ridiculous. It just went on and on and on, but it was amazing. And yeah, I'm kind of getting those vibes from it because you can tell that it's a smaller budgeted show, but than like the big movies. But I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. So no, I'm excited for more Superman. Definitely more excited for more Superman. And speaking of Superman, it's kind of a bit of a tedious link, but I'm thinking of of Sloth, we were obviously getting a Goonies sequel as well.
Are we? Are we getting a Goonies sequel?
That's been announced. They're all coming back. They're all coming back.
That's weird.
So they're all gonna. I think all but who hasn't confirmed. I don't think Corey's confirmed, but the rest have all confirmed that they're on board. But yeah, like 30 years later or something like that. So, well, Goonies saying never die. I don't know. Or Goonies never die.
Yeah.
So,
did you see the guy that plays the Terrifier, Art the Clown? He's put his name forward and throw his name in the hat for Joker.
no.
Mm-hmm.
How?
Honestly, the guy.
I played a clown on screen. Like, let me be the main clown.
Well, no, because he's Art the Clown's quite. You've never seen Terrifier, have you? You're frozen, I think. Or you've just stopped dead. I think you've gone. Oh dear. Jacob's gone. Will he reappear? Will his internet work? Let's find out. Oh no, now I'm on my own. Quick, send help. Oh dear. Oh no. I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. Oh no. He's actually gone, like fully gone, I think. Oh, children, what are we going to do? Oh, I'm just on my own now. Oh no. And the best part is I have no ability to end the stream or do anything. I can just sit here and talk to you until Jacob finds a way of getting back online. Oh yes, the thought of the thought of watching Terrifier froze Jacob to his very core. He was frozen mid-sip. What's in that drink? Yep, exactly, Dave. Exactly. What is he supping? Well, I do know that our good friend Jacob is teetotal. I believe he doesn't drink. So I believe I would like to think that Jacob drinking chamomile tea. I see him as a chamomile tea kind of guy. Oh dear! And then we got Brilliant in the chat as well, who rightly said the thought of watching Terrifier frozen. Yep, the thought of Terrifier did him in, my friend. Oh no, he's taking a while to come back, children. Where this is not going well. Just gonna keep talking, and hopefully we'll return. Oh dear. Thing is, I think he might be fully gone because, like, I've not even had a message from him saying I'm coming back or anything. I don't know what's happened. Oh dear. Like I say, I've not got the ability to do anything with the stream. I can't do anything. So I could just sit here. I don't know how long I'm gonna have to sit here, because obviously this goes out on my channel as well. So oh dear me. Come on, Jacob. Come on, Jacob. Oh dear. Type Jacob's name as loud as you can. Jacob. Does chamomile stop time? It could do. It could do. It could do. Northern Nomad, welcome to the chat, my friend. How are you doing? Good evening. Tell us about some upcoming toys you're looking forward to. I like how you throwing me lines like, keep talking toys, it'll be okay. Some toys I'm looking forward to. I mean, from New York Comic Con, some of my favorite announcements. I shared them over on Instagram this week because I can't put the photos up right now on here. But I have got a little thing on my profile on Instagram where you can check out the New York Comic Con sort of listings that I'm excited about. They did show off the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Monsters and Mutants line, which looks very cool. We're going to get Leonardo as the Mummy, Vampire Wrath, Werewolf Mikey, and Frankendon, which looks very cool. These are based on very old figures, or that we had back in the day. These are like re-releases, like modernizations of them, which I think is very cool, and they're by Playmates. So I'm very excited for those. Obviously, we've got the Universal Monster Teenage Mutant Turtles behind us here, because I've got them on my shelf, by NECA. But it'll be cool to get some more kiddie-friendly sort of playmatey ones, if you will, to come out. So I'm looking forward to that. Then as well, we got announcements that NECA are going to be doing Nightmare Before Christmas. And at New York Comic Con, they were showing off a Santa Jack, Jack and Sally in their regular attire, as well as the mayor, with lots of little pumpkins and accessories. Very similar to the Diamond Select ones, but different enough that you could have, you'd want these ones in your collection. Now, I love the Diamond Select ones, but I did find the Diamond Select Santa Jack very brittle, and the legs on mine actually snapped. So I'm looking forward to seeing NECA's version of them, because they look to be a little bit thicker around the leg areas, so they don't look as breakable, if that makes sense. So I'm looking forward to that. Diamond Select, though, our good friends at Diamond did show off Bilbo Baggins, and he looks awesome. And this is Bilbo. He's going to be part of Series 9, I think it is, of the Lord of the Rings line. And he comes with his book and everything, which is awesome. And he can put his jacket on and off with different arm attachments. So that's very cool as well. I'm looking forward to Bilbo. Also, NECA did also show off some Sesame Street products as well. They're making Bert and Ernie, but they're also going to be making my favorite, the Count. One new toy. Two new toy. So yes, I'll be definitely getting the Count in my collection. He looks amazing. Then Jada Toys, obviously, once they finished with their Street Fighter line, it does look like they're going to start putting out the Scooby-Doo line for us. They have shown off Shaggy with an interchangeable head, different hand accessories, and he does have multiple points of articulation. I've always said I would love a Scooby-Doo line that is like highly decoed and, multiple points of articulation, all that good stuff, highly articulated. So I'm excited to see what they do with it. And there's going to be some great new figures in that line. Jacob's back!
I'm back! Oh, mate. Don't know what happened there.
I'll just keep going for a second just while you get settled in. Stranger Things as well put out a new comic book announcement. Dark Horse and Stranger Things are teaming up to make a Dungeons and Dragons comic based on Hellfire, and it's going to be based on Eddie and his friends, doing their D&D campaigns. So that is going to be very cool, and that's going to be a comic book coming out next year. I'm going to butcher the name, but Magali Villeneuve is an artist, and he's doing the cover on that one, and it looks awesome. Kid Robot as well have got the Five Nights at Freddy's plush license, so they're going to be putting out plushes. They had a giant Freddy on display at Comic Con, and then finally Megan from the Living Dead doll collection. I've been waiting for a Megan decent doll to come out, and it looks like I'm going to be able to get it in the Living Dead doll line. And then you heard me say earlier, guys, Hasbro. I mean, the Black Series that's pulled me back in a little bit, I think here could be, the new werewolf character from Skeleton Crew. Just depends on the film. I might hold off until I've seen the TV series, but we'll see.
That's how I felt about the Acolyte figures. Like, I was well and really wanted them, but then when I watched the Acolyte, I enjoyed the Acolyte, but I was kind of like, I don't need action figures of them. Like, it's a TV show I can enjoy from afar. Yeah.
My favorite thing, by the way, I'm not sure if you heard anything while you were gone, but you did die on us mid-sip, so we were all guessing what was in the canister that made you black out. And I did tell the people that I believe that you are teetotal, so I imagine that you're a chamomile tea kind of guy.
No, it's coffee, to be fair.
Oh dear.
Yeah, nothing, no strong stuff, just regular. Yeah,
Yeah, Joey B1 in the chat saying back in black, Ash. No, I refuse to get heavily back into the Black Series. Jacob, I'd love to say that you're frozen again, but I can see you blinking.
There's me, guys. Yeah.
So, well, Ryan was on, by the way. I there was a moment where I literally had to stop myself from properly laughing my head off. I'm on my phone because my computer crashes out quite regularly, so I've been using my phone with headphones in for the last couple of shows. And I get the notifications come up because I'm obviously on the app. So every time I get a comment on my videos, it comes up on my screen. And while you and Ryan were chatting, it come up on my screen. This bloke put, "Has bro ever heard of blinking?" So, and I what the short that he's referring to, obviously, because I do shorts where I do it in segments on my phone. So like I don't always blink. There's one video I don't blink through the whole thing. But yeah, he's put the comment just of has bro ever heard of blinking? And I just read it in that like London like roadman like accent. Has bro ever heard of blinking? Like it proper tickled me.
Oh, so yes, where are we at? Where are we at? We're closing in. We're closing in to the end
We're
of the
closing in.
show.
Yeah, I've got to say I was very just to back up what you're saying as well, because I don't want it to seem like I'm not a shill for Hasbro by any means. I know they sent me boxes, but I've got to admit I was very disappointed by the announcements this weekend. I didn't overly see anything I was bothered for, but I did say to myself that we have got 1027 coming up. So everyone's saying MCM. It just because a couple of the other YouTubers have sort of gone, oh, MCM, they might show. They're not going to show anything new. They're just going to have things on display from New York, basically. Because the guys will fly over this week and they'll bring everything with them. Surely they're just going to be on the road right now.
If we're lucky, there might be one or two new figures put in the cabinet. But the fact that they're not having a panel,
they're not going to have anything new. It's going to be the stuff from New York, basically. The stuff they've already announced will be there.
The fact that there isn't a panel, there is not a Hasbro panel at the end. They're not going to reveal anything massive. Like that's just bad marketing, because then they're relying on people there taking videos, sharing images. That's not to say that there won't be something revealed. There might be one or two additional things in the case, but there's no fanfare. Whereas last year it had a panel and they revealed loads of stuff, and it was then out on the floor for us to all kind of look at and share and stuff, and that's where the reveals came from. So I wouldn't hold any hopes that there's going to be lots revealed. Like I said, at best it will be one or two figures in the cabinet as a European reveal, but it won't be anything big, I don't think.
No, I think the next big reveals will be 1027, and I think it'll be stuff that'll go with the things they've shown off at New York. I think they've shown us like half a wave at New York and then half a wave at 1027 to complete the kind of lines that they've started showing.
Yeah. With that said, though, this is the last Geek Week before MCM, so I will be down Saturday. I've got a few things scheduled in already. A couple of things I'm just trying to find while I'm there. But I will be there, so do see us. It's always good to see people. But yeah, I'm basically going to film stuff and buy stuff. That's kind of my that's my outgoing, if you like. But yeah, so we are on the end of the show. But next week's show, we are going to recap 1027, aren't we? So anything that is shown on 1027, we'll be talking about it on next week's show as well.
Yeah, because I was looking, because I'm not sure what time. What time is 1027? Do we know? Have we looked it up?
I can't remember. But I might.
Let me have a look. Let me work it out if we can even do this. 1027 2024 Hasbro 1027 will be at 12 p.m. Eastern time. So it's East Coast, so yeah, we're 5 hours in front, so it'll be 5 p.m. UK time when that goes live. So yeah, 9:30 p.m. we should be able to recap everything that's been discussed at 1027. I was frightened that we were going to be like live whilst it was going on.
There's always that. There is always that.
Yeah. But no, we'll chat about it and see if they've upped their game in a week's time.
Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't blown away. I am impressed with the Ecto one. The more I look at it, the more I kind of do a little bit more kind of looking into it and stuff. But to me, the best offering is the deluxe version with the 4 Ghostbusters, the Tully figure, if it's the early birds like unlocked and stuff. The library ghost, the Slimer, like all of that is very, very cool. So, I think it's kind of in for a penny, in for a pound. Like if you're going to do it, you might as well go for the deluxe version, because, to then get it and not get as much as what's been available sort of thing. I don't know. But I think my biggest frustration with it is that the 6-inch line didn't go very far. it wasn't overly popular, was it? It didn't really, it was popular within circles and with certain people and certain fans and stuff, but it wasn't like a mass popular line. Hence why they've kind of rested it for a while. So the fact that they're kind of going all in on the HasLab, that's where I was like, really good Firehouse, but no fire.
Well, with the fact that it's the Plasma series and it's technically Ghostbusters 2 that they're doing, isn't it? Because obviously it's Tully and everything. It's all Ghostbusters 2 based.
Yeah.
So I'm intrigued. I know we've talked about questions for Comic-Con and stuff when you meet up with Hasbro next week. And one of the ones I do want to ask is I'm guessing that this could be their move into Ghostbusters 2 territory, which means that we might get another line of Black series. But I'm hoping that in this, because there's a lot of unique characters, isn't there, in that one, in the second one. There's the ghosts obviously in the courtroom and stuff like that, and there's some really cool ones
if they
could do.
In the suits with the proton packs, with the pink goo and that kind of stuff, like it's only ghosts and key characters that they can kind of go for.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think that's Plasma series' biggest problem was that they didn't do enough ghosts. So
definitely, because they even made a joke about that in the panel, didn't they? When they announced, did you see when they announced the Ghostbusters thing? They even made a joke about that in the panel. So finally, we're giving you some ghosts.
Yeah, just give us a wave of ghosts. I mean, in all fairness, with the Indiana Jones waves, they gave us whole waves of just side characters. Like at least with the Ghostbusters figure line, you think they'd give us some ghosts. But I don't know. We'll see. But I'm just really hoping it's there. But I will be there. I'm going to be speaking to a couple of people from Hasbro.
I'm just looking up. Like my mind's blown right now. When you just never put two and two together. So like I was just looking up Ghostbusters 2, and obviously Annie Potts obviously is Janine. Well, Ghostbusters is a very old film. I don't really look up actors and that, and I know her as Janine in Ghostbusters. I didn't realize that Annie Potts is also young Sheldon's grandmother.
Yeah,
and she's also the voice of Bo Peep in Toy Story. What?
Yeah. But she's another character we haven't had a figure for.
Yeah, I'd love them to do a Janine, honestly. A Janine that could sit. I'm surprised they've never done the office scene, like with her at a desk, and so you can put Ray and that behind it, and you know what I mean?
I know.
Janine, any calls?
I don't know. It frustrates me, and I think that's where the frustration comes from the Ecto-1 HasLab is because kind of like to invest that much money in and to kind of create that much of a display collection. I don't know. It's just a shame to think that it's not going to go anywhere. Like I hope that if the HasLab does well, they've got plans for more waves and more ghosts and more characters. Not just I mean, we've had the main four in normal suits, in slimed suits, in old age. Now we've got them in the charcoal suits. Like we don't need any more of the main ghosts. Give us some of the. Give us some ghosts. Give us a Stay Puft, the Janine. So yeah, we'll see. We will see. But there we go. But that brings again. This was episode 174. 174 to Geek Week. Next week we'll be back with post 1027 recaps. Obviously I would have been at MCM the day before, so we'll have a little bit of chat about what happened at MCM. If you've got any questions that you would like me to put towards Hasbro or any of the other brands that might be there, do drop me a message on Instagram. Just send me the questions over and I'll do my best to ask them. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, and I'm really excited because obviously next week is the end of October. Can you believe it? Come and gone already, and we're moving into November territory, which means Christmas. Mariah Carey is thawing.
She is. Someone needs to do a horror film of like Mariah Carey. Right, here we go. Whoa, all my stuff's going. Look. Whoa. Everything's falling down. Luckily for me, this is my last week in this room, and I'll be in my new room as from next week.
That's crazy.
Right, so putting on our new outro. We are going to have to upload our intro like somewhere so that we can see it. But this is our new outro. Listen out for the sound clip and let us know what you think. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Of course, all the descriptions, all the links are in the description of the video. So go give us a follow and a share and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. We'll be back next week with our 1027 recap, MCM recap, and of course, a little bit more October Halloween. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Keep it geek.
Game over, man. It's game over.
Like, share, subscribe, don't miss out.